Hey, it's thunder in the morning in Sandy Valley, Nevada. I don't know what I want to talk about today. I just felt like getting on here and rag chewing. That's what they call it in ham radio, rag chewing. Just talking about anything that comes to my mind. First thing I want to talk about, I think, is the world situation, man. Situation normal, all fucked up. SNAFU, snafu. Man, when I go on my email sometimes and I check out some of my emails, and I get all kinds of stuff because I like to stay on top of it on the world scene. Man, you can really get depressed reading some of this shit. uh, it's bad, people. Got to try to keep that inner light burning, though, no matter how bad it gets. When I see things like certain groups, terrorist groups that are supposedly on the side of that America backs, the good guys, the good terrorists. What an oxymoron. And if you believe that, you are a moron. Anyway, they cut off some 10-year-old kid's head. Jeez. Just unbelievable. You know, that popped up in front of me, and then if that wasn't bad enough, no, I didn't cut my hair, okay? Just in case you were wondering. If that wasn't bad enough, some video popped up about that truck in Nice that ran over all those people, and a head-on a head-on view of it coming and hitting all the people, and I'm like, holy shit, unbelievable. You know, people are walking along, and let me cut to the chase here, okay? This is all created chaos. It's created chaos. Is what it is. There's just too many events happening, and then as soon as they create the chaos, they try to cover up the details of it. Because as soon as somebody tried to release some of the photographs or evidence of any kind of evidence about that truck running over people, the local media was told to destroy any evidence. In fact, the local cops in France were told to destroy any evidence because we don't want it. They gave some phony bullshit reason. Well, the reason that they really want it destroyed is because they don't want you to find out the truth about all these things are setups, covert ops, black ops, deep, dark state shit, okay? I don't want you to know this. And look what they're doing, people. Look what they're doing. I mean, that truck it was indiscriminately ran over. That was a setup, okay? I don't care I mean, all this stuff popping up all of a sudden. You got the shootings in, where was it? Brussels, I mean, there's so many things going on right now, it's hard to keep track of them. And every one of them is suspicious. Every one of them is an agenda. People, you got to wake up and realize that they'll do anything, and they'll kill little kids. Little kids, they'll run over them with a Mack truck, okay, to make a point. Oh, we got to have a state of an emergency now in France. And we got to have a state of emergency here, and we got to have a state of emergency there. Again, all of this stuff is to put you in a state of fear and depression and anxiety. They don't want you to think that you're living in a safe world, and they want you to think that they're the only ones that can protect you. They're the only ones that can protect you from quote unquote terrorists. Hello? They're the terrorists. They're the ones that are causing this stuff. They plan it. It's by the book. Black ops, covert ops, CIA planned. Even the coup in Turkey. All of this stuff. There's nothing real anymore. I can't impress upon you the fact that the stage shootings, the mass shootings that we got going here in the States, and the violence, and the cop killing, and the situation normal all fucked up, and they're going to make sure that it's that way. They're going to make sure that it's that way because they don't want you to rest for a minute, okay? Now, really, your attitude towards all this shit really has to be being aware of it, okay, and being aware of what's going on and making your own personal preparation and plans, and trying to tell others about what's going on. Of course, they won't believe you. They won't believe you because they're so into their boob tube mentality, okay, that they just can't see the forest for the trees, most people. They'd rather go sip on their latte at Starbucks. They'd rather go watch a Hollywood movie that tells them the same thing that's going on and not believe that it's reality. It's all an illusion, though, you know. It's kind of an illusion. It isn't kind of an illusion, it is. Because if we want to kick this up like 10 notches, okay, into a spiritual perspective, I was going to talk about another subject today. Guess I'll do the yin-yang thing, the bitter and the sweet. My other subject is going to be lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming. You ever heard of lucid dreaming? Well, if you don't know what it is, lucid dreaming is having a dream, okay, or slipping off, nodding out, or whatever. Thunder calls it visions, okay. I mean, I'm sure all the sleep people and scientists and all that, they have their logical explanations for all this, but when I go into a lucid dream, I go into another dimension. It's like a dream. It's like you nod off, but then and it's instant, you know, and then when you wake up, or when you go into the dream, you wake up into another reality. That's what lucid means. Lucid means it's as real as this reality that we're living in. And I have lucid dreams all the time. And what happens is that it's like you're awake. I mean, it's like I'm just sitting right here right now and I'm in a lucid dream and I'm thinking I'm on a video and I'm sitting in my bedroom here and it's all very real to me, okay? And it would be like here I am, and then all of a sudden I close my eyes and I'm back somewhere else in another reality. That's what lucid dreaming is, people, and not too many people have real lucid dreams. It's not like when you go to bed and you dream and go, oh man, that was really, that was pretty intense. That was, and you wake up and yeah, those can be intense too and those can seem real. But I'm talking lucid dreams are real. Okay, they're not dreams. They're a shift into another dimensional reality or another dimension or another reality. And it's, when you look at it, it's all an illusion because this that we're living in right now is a lucid dream. You watching this video, you going about your daily, it's a dream, people. It's not real. It's Maya. The Hindu call it Maya. It's an illusion. It's all play of energy. And it's within a certain parameter, and that parameter they have put a label on and called that a dimension. Okay, a dimension. Or a reality, or whatever. And no, you can't go into other dimensions unless you go through a black hole. I got a black hole for them. It's up here, baby. That's where the black hole is, and you can go there any freaking time. If you're a practicer of meditation and energy movement, and if you've raised your conscious level, your consciousness, you can go there in a lucid dream. And they just start happening. Now, maybe I'm gifted, I don't know. I've been told that since day one when I was a child. I always had visions and dreams and things like that. But let me put a perspective on this that you might understand. It's like, okay, so let's say we're in a lucid dream, and this is it. And then we nod off and we wake up in another dimension, or we're experiencing another reality. Well, if we remember what we're experiencing in that reality, bear with me here, or whatever interplay is going on, whatever lesson, whatever's happening, and we come back to this reality, if we remember what that message was where we went before, then it helps us in this reality. Okay? It's like dream analysis, only you're looking at like a situation. Just like if you were in a situation in this reality and a person came up and let's say they snubbed you, or they said something bad to you, or it was a friend and they said something bad to you. In other words, they lost it or showed their true colors or whatever, and you learned a lesson from it. But then you woke up in another reality and that friend was there again, and so what kind of take would you get on that friend now? Would you think that might have been a message for you? I would. So that's one aspect of lucid dreaming that is a positive aspect, learning from it. And then the other one is, let's say you're in a lucid dream and then all of a sudden you come back here and it's gone. Are you going to let that lucid dream affect you for the rest of your life? Or are you just going to learn what you needed to learn? Let's say it was a pretty intense lucid dream and it might have even been frightening or something. Then what are you going to do? Be frightened for the rest of your life? Because you had a dream that was frightening? No, you get the message from it. Now let's say that life, thunder likes to push the bounds of thinking and push the envelope. It's an old pilot's term, and I'm a pilot, so I might as well use it. Pushing the envelope, pushing the sound barrier. Let's think for a minute that our life, you ever feel like you lived a bunch of lives in this life, or you did something in a certain period of your life that seemed like another lifetime? Well, if you chop up your life like that and look at it as a lucid dream, then you can let go of it, or you can just learn from it and let go of it. And you don't have to keep revisiting it, okay? You can get on with your freaking life, okay? You don't have to. You look at a period of your life like it was a lucid dream, okay? And if you want to keep reliving that period of your life that was negative or gave you a bad feeling, then is that going to benefit you? Or if you look at that period of your life, like, what did I learn from that? What was there to learn from that? Why was that there? And go, okay. And maybe that whole period of time was just meant for you to let go, learn how to let go. In fact, I see life when we have problems. Let's say problems, bad luck and trouble is our only friend. like the song says. I've been down since I was the age of 10. Are you going to let me, are you going to let it dog your trail anymore if you realize that it was just a dream? You know, you create things as you go along. And the things that we create come from deep, dark areas of our subconscious and deep, dark areas of our mind and brain that has unlimited power. Unlimited power. And so if we look at our brain as kind of like we have an owner's manual, let's see, we'll go through the owner's manual and we'll look up, okay, in an event of lucid dreaming, you know, in other words, that being a part of the owner's manual, here's what you do. Well, this is Thunder's take. This is Thunder's take. This is the owner's manual for life. I try to talk about things like that. I try to reflect on things and see it for what it is. And whether I'm right or wrong, some of the things I say can help you, because who's to say I'm right or wrong? Whatever you believe, okay, it shall be, as above, so below. That's why it's so important, and I got on some people in the Campfire Council, which is a group of very kindred, loving people. Thunder's probably the one with the most fire getting on people's shit when he sees stuff. They love me. But a couple of people came on there today and were talking about how shitty they felt. And I'm like, let's not start the day off that way. Let's not put that on there. Let's say something like, man, I could feel better, or I think I'm starting to feel better. Anyway, you know, it's like garbage in, garbage out. It's like take out the trash, but don't deposit it on people's doorstep. Okay. Dump it somewhere else. And so, you know, that old metaphysical belief, okay, that we create our reality, okay, is true. I mean, they wouldn't have been saying it for hundreds of thousands of years or whatever. All these books, as a man thinketh, so he is, and every self-help book and every motivational book and everything that you can ever want to, shamanistic teachings, anything that you ever want to refer to in the manner of your reality, indicates that what you dwell on could happen. So let's say you go, oh man, you know, I think that tomorrow, I think that, oh, you could just take anything like, oh, I think that it's going to be a bad day tomorrow. I just got a feeling because of this and that, and this came up and that came up. Is that what you want to say, people? I think it's going to be a bad day tomorrow, or I think the shit's going to hit the fan tomorrow. You don't really want to do that. Now, am I perfect, and do I never do that? No, of course not. I'm as imperfect as the rest of people walking around the planet. And I do this same thing. I am guilty of getting depressed and like, for example, today, looking at world conditions, you know. But I think the way that you get outside of that and the way that you can work on it is, since we live in this delusional polluted reality that some of us seem to share here. Do we want to look at it like the world's so fucked up that it's never going to get better? Well, I think the way that we can kind of get outside that is to take other old spiritual sayings about detaching with compassion. Looking at it as the dream that it is, and it is a dream. It's like you went into a it's like if you went into a theater and you were watching a horror movie and you realized that horror movie wasn't real. It was just lights from the camera flickering on a screen. That's how you have to look at life. It's not real, people. Now, whatever is causing, let's say if the world seems to be in a period of darkness right now, and it does seem to be. Well, in the Hindu religions, they call that the Kali Yuga, okay, where there's a period of time where there's darkness, and then there's a flip-flop of yin and yang, or energy change, and then there's light, okay? And in Taoist philosophy, you know, you have the yin and yang, the dark and light, just like this shirt here, you know, you got the darker and the lighter. How would you know what this dark color was unless you had this? And how would you know what the white color was unless you had this? Would you have anything to compare it to? No. So you label it, oh, that's dark, that's white, okay. So that's how you have to kind of look at life. It's like, okay, there's opposites in life. Now, do I get all freaked out because this is dark? Oh my God, that's dark. That's too dark. I can't have that. It's got to be like this. It's got to be all white. No, because then there wouldn't be any design, or everything would be just plain, okay? Now, I realize that this could be black, 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 which kind of like the world is right now, and this could be white, and like we'd like a little white in here so that it's more gray, okay? I realize that. That's one of the things that a shaman realizes, is that there's all kinds of shades of gray that are when you graduate to the white, and there's all kinds of shades of gray when you graduate to the black. There's gray in between the black and white. What's the point here? Well, the point is that this is the natural order of things, okay? It's the natural order of things, and sometimes things get whipped up into a hotbed of chaotic activity, and sometimes things mellow out like a stream. And so what do? Do we get pushed by the winds of change, or do we try to keep, like a sailboat, you know, tacks into the wind, or goes with the wind, depending on what direction it's coming from? Do we try to navigate through this life? Do we try to navigate through life, or do we just we let life blow us around like the wind, blow the sailboat over, sink it? No, we don't want to do that. So the concept here is to use, to tack into the wind, or shift your ballast, or shift your sails, or apply a little rudder work here. But not go to the extreme. It's like when you're flying a plane, you hit turbulence. You don't overcorrect all of a sudden and go, oh my God, I hit turbulence, and turn the plane sideways and have it go into a death spiral and lose control. No, you just kind of go with the bumps, and you're holding on to the yoke, you know, of the aircraft, and Yeah, you might make minute corrections, you know, just little ones, but if you try to overcorrect, you're in a world of shit, baby. And that's kind of how you have to see life, you know. And you kind of have to see life as an experience that you're learning from. I know there's horrific stuff, like I said earlier when I started off this video, and that's maybe why I started off this video that way, for a purpose. Because I was thinking about, when I started off the video, do I really want to cover this shit in this more or less spiritual video about lucid dreaming and having control over life? Well, yeah, because that's one of the things that can knock us off balance. It's like a big wave coming up, and you either get hit broadside or you go over the top of it. You face into it and you go over the top, or you get hit broadside and get knocked over. So it's good to know about events and how events are moving, and how like a groundswell is moving towards you, so that you can at least be prepared and make mental preparations and prepare yourself spiritually and in every other way. It's good to see the wave coming, even turn around and ride the friggin' wave, but just to be sitting dead in the water and not see it is not a help to us, people. So yeah, we can see things, we can comment on things, we can talk about negativity, we can talk about things in the world. As long as we realize what the nature of the world is. And as long as we don't get freaked out and lose our inner balance, okay? We have to try to maintain some kind of inner balance. And at times we have to tap into the warrior side of ourselves, and at times we have to tap into the sword of no sword. You just have to be alert and be aware. Now, we could really get bogged down into all kinds of... all we'd have to do is see things in general terms. I guess maybe that's a point I should make here. See the big picture. In other words, we see the world's fucked up, but do we have to get into every nuance of how it's fucked up? That could be depressing. That could be depressing. If we watch every video and every conspiracy thing and every take, and most of them in the alternative, yeah, they're true. Okay? They're true. But if we get into that mindset where we're watching every negative thing, let's say we just search for videos that have different takes and conspiracy theories and the dark agenda, and we just dwell on that 24/7. What's that going to do to us, people? It's going to make us part of it. It's going to make us part of it. So what you need to do is look at the big picture and kind of fly above it like a hawk, you know, and look down at it and go, oh yeah, you know, situation normal, all fucked up. Am I going to let it affect me? Well, no, I'm going to make preparations, though. I'm going to use the spirit of a sound mind. And I'm not going to freak out. I'm going to remain calm and centered, and I'm just going to do whatever I think that I can do to protect my ass in this reality. And leave it at that. And get on with your life and have fun. Now, lately, this is another thing that I want to talk about, is lately I've been thinking about having fun. How often do you have fun in your life? How often do you just let go and let go of your rigid viewpoint towards things in your routine your dry, stale routine that you get up and do every day over and over and over again. Why don't you just get up and do things you love? And I don't care what it is. Anything from sex to rock and roll to, anything you like to do. Skateboarding. I like radio. I like the martial arts. And it's like I said before. Life is kind of like a meditation. Well, make life a fun meditation. Make life a fun event. Fill up your life with things that bring joy to you every day. And that, and fulfill that dark area of your mind, because it won't. I mean, you can't ignore it. Okay. Like the area in your mind that goes, what's going on today? I wonder what kind of havoc is in the world today. Or, that thing that wonders. Don't ignore it, because if you ignore it, it'll gnaw at you and kick your ass. Just fulfill it. Just go, yeah, okay, let's see what's going on today. And comment on it, and or do whatever you do on your little social networks. And then leave it at that. Don't make it your whole freaking life. Oh man, things are screwed up, man. I'm going to think about this all day, and I'm going to make plans, and I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to make sure that everybody knows about this. See, because that can have an opposite effect. It can have an effect of creating anxiety and fear all the time. And that's exactly what the powers to be want. They want you to be so engrossed with the fear aspect and the fright and the, oh my God, what are we going to do? And we got to do something and all that. That you don't have time to have some fucking fun in your life, okay? You don't have time for friends. Your schedule's so full you can't even call a friend. Man, talk about being in a rut. Being in a rut. You don't want to get there. You want to kind of rise above that, because you know what? That's part of having fun too. Being able to ring up a friend on the phone and talk about different things. And yeah, you can talk about world affairs and inform each other, and maybe even buddy up, when the shit hits the fan. But also have fun with them. Talk about fun stuff. Be playful. Laugh. Don't make life so serious. And if life is serious, if it is tragic, tragedy and comedy go hand in hand, just like the yin and yang, right? Go hand in hand. Tragedy and comedy. Make light of it. Tell you who was a good one for doing that and getting people to laugh was George Carlin. He could talk about the deepest, darkest subjects and make light of it, and everybody was laughing in the audience, although they got the point. They got the point. They got his message. So anyway, do things that bring you joy. Life is a lucid dream. Don't take any one thing too seriously. Because what's the worst that could happen? Well, the worst that could happen is that we leave this existence and go on to another one. The worst that could happen is that we leave this existence. And is that worse? Well, we don't know if that's worse. Do we? Might be better. So even that we put, we cast dark shades on that aspect of life. You have to just look at it like, hey, I'm on this journey, I'm in this lifetime, I might reincarnate, I might go into a different dimension, a different lifetime, but I can do that right here in this lifetime. I can do it right here without even leaving. Lucid dreaming is one way. Meditation's another. Shifting your attitude is another. Messing around with the psychological aspects of life instead of just getting stuck in one way of thinking, baby. One way of thinking. That is what's destructive. When we let situations that surround us push us into an attitude of one way of thinking, either fear or anxiety or whatever you're thinking, baby, you've got to get rid of it. Thunder's not perfect. He's working on this too. I'm a work in progress. But hey, you know, the things I think about that I think might help others, I'm going to share it with you. And so that's what I did today. Okay, I'll leave it there. I hope my reflections on life are somewhat helpful. Just hope they are. That's why I'm a writer, and I write things down. Catharsis. It's a good thing. All right, I'm out of here today. Peace unto you all, and keep your chins up. Keep your face into the wind and breathe out fresh air, and think about some good things that might be around the corner. All right, I'm out of here. Adios.